Small towns of America. Big stories often live in small places. This is Small Towns of America, and today we're discovering Portola Valley, California, where history, landscape, and local character create a place unlike anywhere else. Portola Valley, California, where open space shapes a town. Portola Valley lies where the floor of the San Francisco Peninsula rises into the Santa Cruz Mountains. Windy Hill holds the western skyline, its grassy summit catching the sun above oak woodland, redwood ravines, creeks, meadows, and scattered homes. There is no conventional downtown here. The town's identity comes instead from landscape. Low buildings, narrow paths, horse properties, wooded neighborhoods, and long views that have survived beside one of the nation's largest metropolitan regions. In Portola Valley, open land is not leftover space around the community. It is the framework that gives the community its form. Long before the modern town, this valley formed part of the homeland of Ramaytush Ohlone communities, whose relationship with peninsula creeks, oak groves, wildlife, and seasonal resources reaches deep into the region's past. In 1834, the Mexican government granted Maximo Martinez roughly 13,000 acres, known as Rancho El Corte de Madera. The rancho extended from the mountain crest toward today's Jasper Ridge area, and cattle grazed across the valley. After Martinez died in 1863, his descendants gradually sold portions of the estate, opening the landscape to new farms, mills, and private holdings. The modern community traces one important route to Searsville, a small logging settlement established along Sand Hill Road in the 1850s. Searsville supplied lodging, shops, and services for crews cutting redwoods to meet the post-gold rush building demand. By 1891, much of the accessible timber had been taken, the settlement was fading, and a dam created the reservoir later called Searsville Lake. Buildings disappeared, but the old settlement's school bell and memories moved into the valley. The vanished town remains a reminder that Portola Valley's celebrated woodland scenery was also shaped by an earlier extractive economy. Around the same period, Andrew Halliday, the engineer associated with San Francisco's cable cars, owned Eagle Home Farm, an estate stretching from the valley toward the mountain crest. His family provided land for a school to replace the abandoned Searsville School. A tiny village named Portola grew nearby, with a store, post office, blacksmith shop, and hotel, while the surrounding countryside supported strawberries, orchards, cattle, and firewood cutting. The village itself proved brief, yet its school site became the lasting civic heart of a much larger rural area. The historic schoolhouse at today's town center was built in 1909. Its redwood shingled walls, curving Mission Revival gables, arched windows, and compact classroom preserve the scale of early community life. The bell, moved from Searsville in 1893, connects the building to its predecessor. The school remained in regular educational use until 1950, later housed kindergarten classes and offices, and served as the first town hall after incorporation. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places, it still hosts public meetings, giving modern civic life a room with more than a century of memory. For decades, Portola Valley remained a place of small farms, large estates, and scattered homes. Residential construction accelerated after the Second World War, bringing pressure for denser building and commercial expansion. Residents incorporated the town of Portola Valley in 1964 to gain local control over growth. Their aims were unusually clear: protect natural beauty, preserve low-density development, limit municipal costs, and rely heavily on volunteers. Those choices did not freeze the town in time, but they established a pattern in which every new neighborhood had to answer to slopes, creeks, trees, views, and geological hazards. The result is visible in an extensive network of paths and preserves. Windy Hill is the dominant landmark, a 1,414-acre preserve of open ridges and redwood, fir, and oak forest. Mid-Peninsula's first major purchase there came in 1980, followed by another large acquisition in 1987, with local conservation partners helping secure the land. Within town, Dorothy Ford Park, Frog Pond, Coal Mine Ridge, Spring Down, and other protected parcels connect habitats with everyday recreation. From Frog Pond, the view toward Windy Hill remains one of Portola Valley's defining scenes: meadow, oak canopy, and mountain crest in a single frame. Spring Down open space shows how preservation here often includes repair. The 6-acre property contains a meadow, coast live oaks, redwoods, red willows, a small pond, and traces of an old orchard. After the town acquired the parcel, restoration removed debris, revived the pond, and returned former equestrian ground to grassland. Completed in 2017, the project created a short loop through the meadow and riparian shade. Coal Mine Ridge offers a wilder contrast, with oak woodland, chaparral, grassland, and narrow trails climbing toward broad peninsula views. Portola Valley's beauty comes with a powerful geological fact. The town straddles the San Andreas Fault zone, and ground rupture crossed the valley during the 1906 earthquake. Mapping faults, landslides, and unstable slopes became central to local planning. The issue is especially visible at Town Center, where detailed studies guided the placement of new buildings away from active traces. Opened in 2008, the campus gathers Town Hall, the library, community hall, recreation fields, and the preserved schoolhouse. Warm wood, broad overhangs, native plantings, and modest profiles make the civic complex feel embedded in the land rather than imposed upon it. One local gathering place links the valley's oldest commercial history with modern technology. Rossotti's Alpine Inn began in the 1850s as Casa de Tableta, founded by Felix Buona as a meeting place and roadhouse. The modest building beside Los Troncos Creek later carried several names and became a California historical landmark. In August 1976, an SRE research team parked a packet radio van beside the inn and used equipment there in an early test connecting two different computer networks through TCP. Today, the Alpine Inn remains a restaurant and creekside gathering place, valued as much for its weathered, unpretentious character as for its remarkable timeline. Portola Valley is distinctive because its history can still be read outdoors. A school bell recalls a settlement beneath a reservoir. Old farm patterns survive in meadows and orchard remnants. A fault line determines where civic buildings stand. Trails cross preserved ridges where forests once fed a logging boom. And a 19th century inn carries a footnote in the development of networked communication. Most of all, Windy Hill continues to rise above the town, visible from ponds, fields, homes, and public spaces. That protected skyline expresses Portola Valley's central idea. Growth matters, but the land sets the terms.